In our next story, a Nigerian man recently returned from abroad has accused the United Bank for Africa of illegally clearing 150 million naira from his account, all based on claims that he was dead. In a now viral video call with human rights activist Gwamnishu Harrison, the unnamed returnee said the shocking incident happened in 2023 while he was still living overseas. He'd been saving consistently, making deposits multiple times a year, only to return and find his account wiped clean. This is what he had to say.
2023, now that move all the money. Say I don't die. Person don't come claim the money.
Who can not tell you who can claim the money now?
Now what you mean as I can't say me they print the account when the money enter. May they give me the name who take the money. They say yeah, I they put minimum.
Yes.
I they put maybe 4 to 5 times for the bank. If person don't die, who consider put money for the bank? If person, for example, now say me don't die, who consider they even accept the money is there? But someone came to claim that I'm dead. I've took the money.
They will provide who claimed that you are dead. Who provided before they can claim or before they can come to bank.
What's even more troubling is he says that banks have told him that his funds were withdrawn by people who claimed he had died and had already been buried. When he showed up to demand answers, police were allegedly waiting to arrest him for causing a scene at the bank. Not only is this theft, it is procedural misconduct and it is a violation of due diligence requirements that every bank must put into place. If the bank doesn't handle this, he has a right to escalate it all the way to the Central Bank of Nigeria. And if that doesn't work, he can go to the Council for Consumer Protection. This is unacceptable. This just shows how vulnerable Nigerians in diaspora are. You know, this sort of behavior reminds them why they left Nigeria in the first place. Let's take a look at social media. This is so sad. His life savings. At King Treasure's house says, the closest to the truth is that someone from inside the bank claimed that money. We'll take another tweet. At Matty Bank says, the criminality ongoing in Nigerian banks is underestimated. Put your money in Tether and leave it in a non-custodial wallet. Your USDT or BTC won't move an inch from your wallet, even if it stays there for 30 years. Thank you so much for this financial advice. I did not know that. This is unfortunate, truly. In our next story, the Igbo apprenticeship system known as Nwaboy is a centuries-old model where young men are mentored by established traders or business owners. After years of hands-on training and loyalty, they are usually settled with capital to start their own ventures. Well, a small protest erupted in the Onitsha electronics market yesterday after a business owner reportedly refused to settle his Nwaboy apprentice following years of dedicated service, 7 years to be precise. Now, according to reports, the business owner allegedly offered just ₦1 million to his apprentice. This is a figure that many in the market considered insulting and exploitative, and they stood in protest and solidarity with this young man. It caused a ruckus. This is solidarity at its finest. I think that we have a problem imbibing the culture of fair compensation in Nigeria, from domestic staff to people like this apprentice. We struggle to pay people what they are worth, down to even the healthcare system. We struggle to pay our doctors what they are worth. We need to compensate people fairly. Let's take some social media perspectives. At King Davy says, some of these boys steal from their bosses, but agreement is agreement. Exactly. A verbal contract is still legally binding, although it's hard to prove that a verbal agreement has been made in a court of law. Paul Positive says, Ndigbo should form a body that regulates the activities of these orgas. They've used a lot of young people. Before I hand over to the team, I'd like you guys to please tag us with the hashtag TrendingNowTVC on any social media platform. I promise that we are listening, and I look forward to hearing your interesting perspectives. Team, you come back from Canada only to find that your money is gone. Isn't that absolutely unacceptable? What message are we sending to Nigerians in diaspora?
I don't know why institutions that have a name, they have a brand to protect, would want to come up with flimsy excuses when things like this happen. People that came and withdrew the money said you are dead. I believe banks have a protocol in that kind of situation, and one of them is for you to make the death certificate available. And even when they bring the death certificate, they take it for authentication before they can even do whatever transaction you asked them to do. UBA has a very big load to carry. And I hope they do it the right way and then clear their names. For the Ndi boy thing, it is something that has been on for so many years, long before I was born. It has always been there. And in those days, we didn't have incidences like this. But recently, we're beginning to have so many of it. So as you said, the market union or the council of elders should wade into this thing and have a way of ensuring that 7 years of a boy's life is not wasted. Right.
In fact, it's so sad. How do you even do that? Where's your conscience? That's the question I want to ask this person. If he was your son, or your son went to do one boy with someone and they settled him with 1 million naira after 7 years, would you be happy? Why take advantage of someone's life like this? It's sad how we do these things to ourselves. Man's inhumanity to man, yet we will sit in one corner and be shouting, government did this, government did that. Meanwhile, in your little corner, where you are in charge, where you are your own government, you are maltreating people, you are taking advantage of people. You should be arrested. That's what it should be. Whoever, the council of elders, the people in that market should arrest this man. I don't know what they can do to ensure they get justice at the end of the day for this boy. Absolutely. And then for the other story, talking about the guy that came from Canada, did you engage the protocol of the bank to getting sure you get the right information? That's even my question, because one random person cannot just give you one information and you just take it hook, line, and sinker. Send emails, look for the managers of the bank, do the needful, do due diligence to get your monies back, your life savings for all the while since 2023, and you are just being told that some persons came and said you were dead. Who are the persons that said, who were the persons that came and said, and they were told that, and the bank were told you were dead? You should get all this information before coming on social media.
There is a Latin word, ora audi patem, always hear from the second party. Which is what you've called for. And I think the bank has a lot of questions to answer and a lot of clearing for its name to do. So no bank wants to get into the problem of bad reputation so as to it affecting their customers not to trust the banking sector, even though there's so much left to be desired, for the banking institutions across the nation or even across the world. So I feel the guy should continue to engage. This will generate reactions from social media. It has actually generated it. That's why we're talking about it.
Absolutely.
And I feel that the best thing should be done so that, we continue to build trust in our institutions and our society. The other issue of, what was that story?
One boy.
Yes, the one boy.
Quickly.
It's a contract. Yeah. It's a contract. And you must respect the contract. You must honor that side of your own agreement. So it is one thing if you feel that you can do anything and then no one will ask you questions. What about God? God is going to ask you that question.
That's it.
And then we should make sure we regulate this so that it doesn't lead to trafficking. Because you're one and all of that. We should regulate it properly so that we respect our own contracts.
Thank you, Olamide, for those stories. I believe that the message has been sent. But this is where we have to close today's program. Thank you for being a part of it. Remember, tomorrow is another set of persons that will continue this program. There's still breakfast show for Saturday. But up next is Your View with the ladies, and afterwards is This Morning with Yori Folari. Do stay safe. Bye for now. Do not drink and drive. Do not do what God will not be happy